right, it's another day. Let's do it, y'all. 3, 2.
Oh my fucking god, I got breaking news. So the chief of staff of fucking Benjamin Netanyahu, his friend, Braverman, whatever the fuck. I just did the fucking story a few months ago. We overwhelmed. Anyway, the fucking story was that his shit got hacked. His phone, his email, all his shit got hacked by Iran. And Iran has showed the footage where Russia and Israel was having a fucking deal. All right? And I think it was like, oh my God, I did the stories, oh my God, like maybe 2-3 months ago. But Braverman, he was set to testify against Benjamin Netanyahu on his October trial. And now he was unalived. The judge, a couple of attorneys, witnesses, documents. Motherfucker. Anyway, I know we got everything else, but I just caught it at the last one. I was like, oh shit, this motherfucking name. Because I keep saying Braverman is Braverman, whatever the fuck. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh my.
This bet was placed. This bet was placed 77 minutes before the strikes. If that's not proof of something more evil beyond insider trading, I don't know what is. Maybe it's Pete Hegseth drunk as hell at 2 a.m. Who's to say? This bet was placed 77 minutes.
Hmm.
Something that my grandfather said a long time ago that always gave me the creeps. My grandfather was a lot of things. He was a preacher, a Vietnam War veteran, and he was also a pedophile and a Freemason. There's always been this conspiracy theory rabbit hole that like people were being eaten and kids were being taken and adrenochrome and all that stuff. Like I grew up hearing it from my parents because my parents were big conspiracy theorists. But my grandfather was a Freemason and he worked his way up really high. There's like ranks in Freemasonry. So you work your way up into Freemasonry. And like based on the rings, you can tell how high up in the rank they were. When my grandfather got moved up in the ranks, there was like an initiation. And he said that whatever he saw there was so bad that he moved states. He moved 1,500 miles away and he left Freemasonry. It's really hard information to find out there, but if you look very deeply, a lot of the old Freemasons used to do rituals. Whatever he saw scared him. Like it scared him deeply to his core for the rest of his life. He never told anybody exactly what he saw, but he was a pedophile and he had unalived people in the war, so it had to have been pretty.
I got Freemason acquaintances and neighbors, and they spy on me because of my political views. It's annoying. And I think they're involved in my employment too, in the leadership of my employment, because that's the whole story.
I'm gonna go through some photos because Iran is kicking Israel's ass, and Israel has been calling for backup, and I want y'all to see some photos that they might not be showing. Look at these. Pictures are absolutely insane. They're not sparing any type of military bases. If it's US and it's close enough, it's gonna attempt to blow it the fuck up. But I want y'all to see Tel Aviv. This is what I really want y'all to see. Because again, Mr. Netanyahu wanted this. This is what he wanted. But they never thought that this would be Tel Aviv. And if y'all go on Google and y'all just type in Tel Aviv, some of these might not even pop up. I've been getting these off the Australian webs. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, that's Tel Aviv. That's from Iran. Iran is mad as hell. This kind of looks like Palestine a little bit. Might be karma. Look like a little bit of karma to me.
It is karma.
Oh no, a lot of these pictures are not showing up on the news, so I just wanted to come on here and give y'all a little bit of an update of how things are looking over there. It's not looking so good. And it's a lot of friendly fire. So Kuwait needs to chill out, shoot down our motherfucking troops.
No, I saw that they said that 3 fighter jets were shot by friendly fire, but they posted video of like homing missiles coming at them. It's crazy.
Praying that I'm wrong, but I am worried that we are about to see, as in tonight, about to see another Kent State massacre situation on the grounds of Columbia University. If you're completely out of touch, students at Columbia University found out that their university is investing in the genocide in Gaza, investing in Israel, and they're pissed, and they've set up an encampment to protest that and ask the university to divest. One of the things they've done in the past 24 hours that moved me to tears was take over one of the halls on campus and rename it Hind's Hall, after Hind, the 6-year-old who was murdered by the IOF in a car surrounded by her dead family members. They've occupied that hall, they have zip-tied the doors, they have barricaded themselves inside, and the NYPD is pissed. So pissed that they have effectively shut down all of the streets leading to campus. So they can't get aid, water, food, any kind of supplies into the protest. They're cut off from the outside world. And as of right now, like as I'm making this video, the NYPD is moving on them like 400 fully militarized police officers with riot gear and machine guns moving onto campus from those frozen streets. As of 5 minutes ago, one of my friends who goes to Columbia University as a grad student told me she received a shelter-in-place email. The NYPD is about to start shooting students. They're preparing for it. They're setting themselves up with scapegoats in the forms of false claims saying that the protest has been praying that I'm
Wow. Yeah, Kent State was like one of the only times that troops fired on like students or just people in the US. Nothing happened from that really. And apparently it's about to happen again. That's crazy.
There's a psychological mechanism that turns good people, you, into people who don't care about dead children. Also you. The US and Israel bombed a girls' elementary school in Iran. Over 100 kids, 7 to 12 years old, dead. You just felt something uncomfy and you want to scroll. I get it, but just give me 1 minute. There's a psychologist named Albert Bandura who spent his entire career studying one very specific question. How do good people end up participating in atrocity? Not monsters, not sociopaths, just regular people who love their kids and tip their servers and cry at Pixar movies. And what he found is that it doesn't happen all at once. It happens through small incremental steps he called moral disengagement. One of the primary mechanisms is repeated exposure to something horrible without ever actually letting yourself feel it, which is just a clinical way of saying the scroll. It's this fucking shit, right? Every time something like this happens and you move past that uncomfortable feeling without sitting in it, your brain files that away. And the threshold for what feels unbearable, it's a little higher and a little higher. You don't notice it happening, and that's the entire point. So I want you to think about where you were like 10 years ago. If you had seen headlines like this, what would that have done to you? Now, compare that to right now.
To be fair, this has been going on for decades, so people in the US are beyond numb and apathetic to atrocities.
Now, that gap isn't you becoming more informed about geopolitics. That's Bandura's mechanism working exactly as described on you. There are mothers in Iran who kiss their daughters goodbye before their first day of school this week. And right now, they're identifying bodies. And there's no scroll for them, ever, right? So, just stay here for a moment, let it sink in, let yourself actually feel whatever is coming up, the helplessness, the rage, the grief. Don't outsmart it, don't regulate it away, because the decision you make in the next few seconds, whether you stay or whether you scroll, that's not just about today. That's about who you're slowly becoming.
That's a great message.
Good morning. Shit's going down. It's March 2nd. Reports are out this morning that 3 F-15 fighter jets were shot down near Kuwait. U.S. CENTCOM is saying that they were shot down by Kuwait's own air defenses. Regardless, I think this photo is really telling. An American pilot with billions of tax dollars invested into one jet surrendering to a man with a stick. I also saw this video. I'm not sure if it's the same soldier, but the Kuwaitis say call an ambulance, and then one of them says he's American, leave him. Also this morning, a Saudi Arabian official was on Al Jazeera and basically said that America has completely abandoned all of its allies, leaving Gulf states, which host our air bases, at the mercy of Iranian missiles. I wanted to share this from a Twitter user I'll put right here. This is Iran's war strategy, which is blind, deplete, overwhelm. So the phase 1 is well underway, almost done at this point, and it's targeting radar, nodes, sensors with cheap drones and missiles. Phase 2 is depleting the United States' supply of interceptor missiles using inexpensive missiles, and the U.S. is using our interceptors, which, if you've been paying attention, you'll know that we're running low on interceptors. Like, we probably only have a week's worth. And then the final phase, which you're seeing in places like Israel, where the air defenses have already been depleted, you have overwhelm. They send in hypersonic missiles to take out the targets they really want. This is the combat plan for a nation that was ready. A nation that understood that negotiating with the United States, a rogue terrorist state, is a bad idea. And I think their decision to respond has been vindicated by the fact that the president is now desperately seeking an off-ramp for the war he started. Another disastrous showing for America at the cost of many, many innocent lives and billions of taxpayer dollars. But I really hope this is the final humiliation for us. To get back to the little topic I had at the top of this video, everyone's learning that we don't care. We're not going to defend the bases we have on your soil. You are a human shield to America.
Yeah. It's such a stupid situation, completely unavoidable. And people voted for this pedophile by a large margin. But also, I mean, Democrats is the same thing. The whole situation's been cooked. People in the United States are just dumb and ignorant and apathetic and psychopathic. Alright, let's end it there. Maybe we all work towards a better world. Peace and love, everybody.